And you know the problem with our president, he's a very good marketer. He can market anything. Including tapengele hii computer, kitofinya computer tapengele kidogo hivi, ati pesa itoke. Na mnaamini? Na yeye mwenyewe amesema wakumbafu wamepungua.
If they bring an impeachment motion against a deputy president, what is his name? Rigathi. We will Azimio oppose it. We don't want to be drawn into those unnecessary fights between a sinking administration. Tumekataa hiyo. We said we are not interested. So even today you see they are fighting over who is Secretary General, who is not Secretary General, those things. So let them fight their own battles within their coalition. They should not bring Azimio la Umoja into their cat fights.
Kama anataka tupitishe, sisi tunataka hongo ya shilingi milioni 2, rais akakubali. Hiyo ni ufisadi ama si ufisadi? Ni ufisadi ama si ufisadi?
Hello guys, my name is Ahmed Hali for the Unscripted Talks here in Dub Radio. Now, former MP Alfred Keter for Nandi constituency claims that he actually won the ticket for UDA 2022. Unfortunately, he was not given that ticket, but he went ahead and registered as a UDA member because he was believing in the party manifesto and he believed on what the president sold to the people of Kenya. Unfortunately, what is now seen to be happening, he seems to have lost total faith in the government. He even actually says the president is a very good marketer to an extent. He can even market a wheelbarrow. He can even market the Teptengelen, just pressing the computer and getting some dollars. Now, let us listen in to what he has to say.
Mimi naambiwanga saa zingine ati ni kama ulikasirika sijui ulifanya nini. Unajua nilisimama bunge na ndeizi na nikashinda UDA nominations na nikanyimwa. So people think that I'm bitter. I'm not. I know I won and they know I won. But I've believed they were right to deny me to be a candidate of UDA. Because then I went to UDA and registered as a member because I believed what they said. Wakati walisema watasaidia mama mboga, nikaingia huko. Watasaidia boda boda, nikaingia huko. Wakabeba wheelbarrow, nikaona ni chini, nikaingia huko. And you know the problem with our president, he's a very good marketer. He can market anything. Including tapengele hii computer, kitofinya computer tapengele kidogo hivi, ati pesa itoke. Na mnaamini? Na yeye mwenyewe amesema wakumbafu wamepungua. Mimi nauliza, kwa mimi kiberbereni mwani? Boda boda sahi are the most suffering kushinda any other person. Wa mama mboga, nimetoka Kiamunyi, wamenisimamisha sahi nikakuwa na rally kidogo. Wakiniuliza, ukirudi huko. Sasa nasikia wameandika Raila. Akapelekwa AU. Sasa Raila ni mama mboga. Ana boda boda. Hiyo kusema serikali ni yetu. Hiyo ni ya watu wenye wanaenda kukula chakula State House. Atiaje kumma yebela mwite. Kale mwite nyegalia zile State House ngeni za kiamisha. Wale wanataka kukula huko wakule, mimi siwezi kula na ziandikwi kazi. Mimi ni kusema ukweli ili Kenya ibadilike. Because I believe we can transform this country. Hata mngenipatia opportunity, this country I can transform. Bila uongo. Yeye kuambia mama mboga ati unajua alikuwa anasema vizuri sana unataka tuanzie wapi? Hapo chini Nyinyi wangwana kuna bwana. Wacha kutudanganya hapo sana. We want to believe in the truth and we say the truth because the truth shall set us free.
Well, that said, the other day, the president was visiting one of the regions and he boldly said the reason as to why he invited the ODM party in what he termed as the government of national unity is to share the blame that he always receives of being called Zakayo, because people think that this money or the taxes that are being collected always end up in his account. Unfortunately, it ends up in the people's account. That is what he actually said. Now, he doesn't want to take that blame alone, but also decided to invite the ODM into the camp of the government to make sure that they are sharing that blame. Well, let us listen in to what he actually said.
Saa hizi ile madeni ilichukuliwa huko, saa ya kulipa ni saa hii. Sasa ndio mnaona mimi nang'ang'ana 1.1 trillion Kenya, ile pesa mimi nakusanya naenda kulipa madeni ilikopeshwa na watu wengine. Na tukiendelea namna hii nchi itakuja kupigwa mnada. Mnataka tuweke kwa auction? So lazima tuwe werevu. We must plan things properly. Ndio mimi nawauliza tuvumiliane. Ndio nimesema wacha nitengeneze serikali kubwa. Ndio kila mtu akuja hapa ndio tuulizane maswali. Hii madeni tulipe pamoja. Si ndio? Yes. Kwa sababu nisiitwe Sakayo peke yangu, kila mtu akuja akuwe Sakayo hapa ndio kila mtu sasa tulipe hii madeni. Ama mnasema namna gani? Kwa sababu wale wananiita Zakayo wanafikiri hii pesa inakusanywa ya ushuru inaingia kwa akaunti yangu. Mimi sina account ni ya Wakenya. Ndio hii pesa inaenda. So wacha tutengeneze hii serikali kubwa kabisa. Kila mtu akuja hapa. Si ndio? Hata wale wako nje nitawaalika tena waongezeke. Ndio sasa tukuje tuulizane maswali. Hii madeni ambayo tulikopa kama Wakenya 1.1 trillion tunalipa kila mwaka, tutapanga namna gani? Mambo ya maendeleo tutapanga namna gani? Barabara tutajenga namna gani?
That said, which way Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Alliance? Are we still together? Is the party intact? Is the alliance intact? The recent past doesn't show that because according to Kalonzo Musyoka, even the PNU, which is one of the member parties of the Azimio la Umoja One Kenya, was planning to write a letter of de-alienating themselves from that alliance or from the coalition. Now, Kalonzo says that he is the one who actually talked to the PNU leadership and told them, no, we still have some focus. But, nobody wants to agree when their house is not in order and things are falling apart. Kalonzo claims that they have been played a big time, at least according to his sentiments, by the former Prime Minister and also the torchbearer of Azimio la Umoja One Kenya, that is Raila Amolo Odinga.
There's a famous photo which is doing rounds on social media. The Honorable Raila Odinga, who is our party leader for Azimio la Umoja One Kenya coalition, convened a meeting of the summit. That's why most of the leaders you see there are members of the summit. I don't need to mention their names, so they're there. Well, the Honorable Raila took the opportunity to brief the summit because we have not met for quite a while since the happenings around the KWANZA administration, and they are having poached members of our coalition without consultation. Actually, what has come out clearly was from that briefing was these members, the four of them at the time, were very keen to join Ruto's administration without even a properly negotiated coalition agreement. Ni kama mtu ako na hamu kuolewa. So they jumped in and we got that briefing. But we also, I remember telling my brother Raila that you have been snookered. Those are the words I used. That this thing about national conversation or convention will not happen because Ruto has got what he wanted and what he calls government of national unity. And there is no government of national unity because there cannot be. Even if for a moment you are to assume amechukua watu wa ODM. But ODM plus Kenya Kwanza is not national unity. And so the rest of us are very clear that William Ruto snookered Raila Odinga and so Raila was himself very unhappy. He was actually telling him, calling him from or sending emissaries to tell him not to announce a cabinet his other half before he came back. But that is all now water under the bridge. Our position is simple. I gave a direction as leader of Wiper that our members will vote against those nominees, even if their votes will not overturn what Ruto wants. But we want to go on record that this was cannibalization of a viable Azimio la Umoja One Kenya coalition. However, we took the decision that Azimio will stand as Azimio. And if we are going to disband Azimio, we'll do it together, not separately. Because even our friend Peter Munya, who wanted to issue a statement that is also PNU is pulling out, we are able to agree if we are going to have to do away with Azimio la Umoja One Kenya, which is not our intention, we'll have to do it together. Take a decision. So I thought it's important. Another thing that came out of that consultation, for the avoidance of doubt, I remember I was attending a church service in Ruiru several weeks ago, and I met Honorable Gachagua for the first time. For the very first time. And then there were discussions that some people want to impeach him. I think that conversation is alive again. But as a summit of Azimio, including Raila Odinga himself, we have taken the position, if they bring an impeachment motion against the Deputy President, what is his name? Rigiji, we will Azimio oppose it. We don't want to be drawn into those unnecessary fights between a sinking administration. Tumekataa hiyo. We said we are not interested. So even today you see they are fighting over who is Secretary General, who is not Secretary General, those things. So let them fight their own battles within their coalition. They should not bring Azimio la Umoja into their cat fights.
If you didn't know the true meaning of Toboa Siri, the Deputy President Rigiji, a truthful man as he's always known, has just said that the MPs who voted yes for the Finance Bill 2024-2025 were actually paid 2 million, which they demanded, and asked this rhetorical question: hii ni ufisadi ama siyo ufisadi? Now let us listen in to what the Deputy President has to say about this.
Wakaongea wakasema, basi mwambie rais kama anataka tupitishe, sisi tunataka hongo ya shilingi milioni 2, rais akakubali. Hiyo ni ufisadi ama si ufisadi? Ni ufisadi ama si ufisadi?
On the ongoing vetting for the CS nominees, Aden Duale found himself in a very hot seat, as in the previous time when he was being vetted to be the cabinet secretary for defense. He promised that he is going to change the landscape of the defense ministry, of the army, and the corruption cases that do happen. You know, as it has become a norm, there are lots of people who give bribes of 400, 500,000. Unfortunately, during his tenure as the CS for defense, it is then that even these figures did shoot the money that is supposed to bribe the officers for you to get a chance to get into the army. Now, the question this madam asked is, if you failed last time, this recent past you did fail, how sure are you that this time you are going to perform and not make it even much worse? Listen to the question session.
On corruption, you've said yourself, corruption is killing our country. And I remember when we interviewed you on your first nomination, we still raised this issue of corruption in recruitment of officers to KDF. And you promised us here that you're going to deliver. But Honorable Duale, I put it to you that you disappointed the country. During that time, the amount that was being paid was between 300 to 400. But during your time, you presided over an increase from now from 300 to 400 to 700 to 1 million. And as representatives of the people, our constituents report this to us. At some point, even efforts to reach you were not fruitful. You could not pick our calls. So now, my question is, why should we trust you? Why should we believe you? Why should we believe that you are not going to transfer this corruption to the Ministry of Environment? Because even there's recruitment of forest to others. You need to assure Kenyans that you will do something when you get to the Ministry of Environment.
Thanks for watching. Ahmed Khalif is my name for the Unscripted Talks here in Dub Radio. Now, if you love content of this nature and you're watching from YouTube, kindly subscribe. Remember to press the notification button so anytime that we are live or we upload our content, you'll be the very first person to be notified. If you're watching from Facebook, remember to like, comment and share. Also, follow us on our Facebook page. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuhu.
Kwa timba kali za Afrika, Dub Radio ndio mpango mzima.